Good morning. Another thought for the day. As I rode in my chariot, my push bike, back from town to pick up 25 pandesal for the morning munchie with nice New Zealand butter. My thought for the day goes a little bit to link reality with a little bit of history. History, I say, is to be avoided. The mistakes of the past are to be remembered so that they don't tend to come back and bite you in the arse. If we think back to the Roman times, that's so long ago, even before I was born. But we think about the times where soldiers were the centurions, the tough guys who gave it their all, died on the battlefield, protecting the Caesar. In the name of Rome, they travelled all around the world, their world at the time, which was mainly Europe and eastern parts of Europe. And nothing really has changed. Many regimes around the world pride themselves with their soldiers, their rockets, their bombs, their power. And often it's reflected in the population. Russian guys are portrayed as ruthless, death-defying. The Americans, of course, are the world's experts on warfare. Why? Because they're told they are. They're provided with the technology that they pursue every day to make better, more powerful, and more ingenious cluster bombs, drone warfare, all these types of things. Whereas the Soviets might look at poisoning people, chemical warfare, like in Syria or Iraq. No matter what happens is that you also then see the young American conscript or genuine people looking for a career in the military. No one can blame any young man or woman for wanting to serve their country, because they're indoctrinated to the point where, of course, they want to serve their country. They want to be a hero too. They want to be centurions, gladiators, given the tools to fight wars, kill people. They pump iron every day in their macho attempt to build up their chest volume. Their shoulders become tough, like gladiatorial warriors. When you consider that so many young Americans are big-chested, big biceps, and little asses, pin-type legs, it's quite an image, isn't it? And many of us around the world aspire to that idea because we find it macho-ness is personified in that image. I'm not knocking anybody who wants to go to the gym. I'm not knocking the movie industry that shows criminals, murderers, rapists in a gym in the jail. All these images of big, tough guys. Yeah, they come here, they have a few beers, scull a few drinks, and what do you know next they're wanting punch-ups. Step outside, mate, as if a challenge to the duel. What's wrong with that, you might say? Nothing. It's time immemorial that has created these guys that wanted to be stronger than the guy next to them. But the problem is that those that aren't like that are seen as weak, weaklings, meek, mild, those that use their brains instead of their might of their body are seen as mamby-pambys. I might like to suggest that so many of those testosterone-clad men come here from places such as America and think that their big fat wallets will buy them anything. Happiness, women, beers, manliness, in search of their traditional woman. Well, I've got news for you guys. This ain't gonna happen. Sure, some of you guys have made good choices, have found the right lady, but a lot of you are living a lie. You're waiting for the moment when she finally says, "On your bike, mate," just like me. So it doesn't matter how hard you try, how meek and mild you might suggest I am. All your brains and all your toughness won't get you out of jail if you lose your cool with a local here. They'll just end up with you being deported. So I might suggest that you tone down some of your well-trodden ideas and concentrate on trying to understand why you're here, understand what's the purpose, and also, if you are planning on being here long term, learn from your own fellow man who've managed to find a little niche in the place that they now call home. The ones that aren't so bold, sure, they might have bicep, but they've learned to control their emotions. They don't have a lack of control of their anger management. They are not pissheads every night. They are thinking Americans, thinking Australians and English guys and Europeans. That's a better way to be, isn't it? After all, there's plenty to go around. Just a matter of finding the right yin and yang. That's my thought for this morning. And now that I've realized I can do lives, I might make a special time that suits you all there to do a live each day. 2 reasons at the moment. One, it will get my watch time up and then I'll be able to do anything. The sky's the limit. And number 2, if I decide to monetize, which I'm not sure whether it's to my advantage, then it'll help the algorithms. So don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe, all bell button, and you have a lovely day and a lovely evening wherever you're watching. And we love you all. Bye now.